Hi, it's Connie Erickson with another Fairly Live at 5. And today the topic is just be nice. I had a couple in my office last week, and at the end of the session, I just couldn't take it anymore. I refused to make another appointment with them until they could be nicer to one another. In addition to just being frustrated and having a headache, it made me so sad. This was a couple who just had a lot going for them. They were healthy, they had time, they had money, and things that would make a lot of us envious. And they also had a long marriage history with a lot of positive history that they could draw from. So, WTF? It doesn't really matter what the exact issue was, to be honest, because couples, the topic rarely is the issue, if that makes sense. Couples fight about the same topics for years on end. And it could have been any two of us with any topic. Both just wanted so much to be valued and appreciated. But what I heard was, he never touches me. She's always yelling. There's no love. There's no affection. I'm tired of this. I'm not going to try until he or she does. Why should I change? Does any of this sound familiar? If it does, for the love of God or whatever you believe in, just be nice. So they both had valid points. Their complaints were true. There was very little physical touch, but when you're acting like a rattlesnake, few people want to reach out and caress you. So, here's the solution. It's a vicious cycle. And here's the solution. I've said just be nice. But how does that work in real life? And here's how it works. You just ask for what you want. It's really that simple. Begin with the end in mind. So instead of saying, he never touches me, she might have turned toward her partner, turn toward him, not tell me, and say something like, I need a hug. Will you hug me right now? Or, I really liked when you used to hold my hand when we were walking. Could you do that again tonight? Just kindly ask for what you want. It really is not very difficult. Um, Instead of she's always yelling, he could have turned to her, again, telling her, not me, I know you're upset, but I can't concentrate on the content when you're yelling. Could you speak more calmly so I can pay attention? By the way, most people yell when they're not feeling heard, so this technique really does work. This is the simple and most effective communication strategy, one of the simplest and most effective communication strategies of all time. All you have to do is stop talking about what you don't want and kindly ask for what you do want. Easy peasy. And I know it's difficult when you're angry, but you could totally do this, I promise. Um, and so right now, maybe you're thinking, this is genius. I'll do this right away. Why don't people do this more? And you're probably not doing it. People and you are probably not doing it for the same reason this couple wasn't doing it. And that's mostly pride. Even though even though it's counterproductive and counterintuitive, it's much easier to blame the other person and focus on what's not working than putting yourself out there for possible rejection. It's difficult and scary to be vulnerable. But I will tell you the same thing I told them in that is, don't let your pride F you over. You can ask for what you want, and it's really helpful if you do. So productive over pride every time. Got it? Okay, and what about the couple, you might be asking? So I have had some conversation with them since we last met, and the wife told me that my refusal to reschedule was a watershed moment, that they're actively planting kindness, just like my flowers, and it's made a huge difference. So my take home on this is just be nice. Stop talking about what you don't want and focus on what you do want. All right, try it this week and let me know how it goes. Drop a comment and let me know how it went for you. Thanks a lot. See you next week.